15 books Elon Musk thinks everyone should read. Hi self-investors, welcome to Self Invested Millionaire, a society where we educate, inspire, and motivate. Today we will be talking about 15 books Elon Musk thinks everyone should read, but before we start, subscribe to our channel and don't miss any updates. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, appears to have somehow found time to read. From epic fantasy pieces like The Lord of the Rings TRILOGY to complex rocket making, Musk understands the book has helped him succeed. Considering Musk's past interviews and social media history, he created a list of 15 books that billionaire entrepreneurs believe everyone should read. Number 1. KAZUO ISHIGURO, The Remains of the Day. The Remains of the Day is a 1989 novel by Nobel Prize-winning British author Kazuo Ishiguro. Remains of the Day is one of the most acclaimed British novels after the war. In 1989, the novel won the Booker Prize, one of the most prestigious literary awards in the English-speaking world. It is ranked 146th in the composite list of the best English novels of the 20th century, edited by Brian Kunde of Stanford University. In 2007, The Remains of the Day was included in The Guardian's list of must-have books, and in 2009, 1,000 novels everyone must read. Economists described the novel as Ishiguro's most famous book. On November 5, 2019, BBC News posted The Remains of the Day on its list of 100 most influential novels. Number 2. The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Elon Musk had a nickname when he lived as a shrimp-like savvy kid raised in South Africa. The New Yorker reported in 2009 that, in his isolation, Musk used to read a lot of fantasy and science fiction books. The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien shaped Musk's future self-vision. According to Elon Musk, the heroes of the books that he read always felt obliged to save the world and do wonders to one's life. To be precise, not just Elon Musk but other industrial tycoons have suggested The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien as a must-read book. Besides, Amazon is planning to make a series of The Lord of the Rings. Number 3. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. In this comedy science fiction book, supercomputers find the answer to a meaningful life. For Musk, who read this book as a young teenager in South Africa, this book helped his thoughts and developed his mentality. The Tesla CEO was obsessed with this book, so when he launched the Tesla Roadster into space, he said, "Don't panic. It will be displayed on the center screen of the car." Those words graced the covers of some early editions of the book. Number 4. Benjamin Franklin, An American Life by Walter Isaacson. Elon calls Benjamin Franklin one of his heroes not just once but in multiple interviews. Precisely, Franklin was one of the founding fathers of the United States and a skillful inventor. He was one of the first to prove that lightning was certainly electric in his famous kite experiment, which led to the invention of the lightning rod. Franklin is also credited with the discovery of bifocals, which are spectacles composed of two different optical lenses. In his biography of Franklin, it can be clearly seen that he was an entrepreneur, Musk said in an interview. The book has inspired Elon Musk a lot, and through it, he learned that to reach somewhere, you've to start somewhere. This is what Franklin did, and Elon truly considers him an inspiration. Number 5. Structures or Why Things Don't Fall Down by G. Gordon. One of the books that helped Elon Musk when he thought of trying his hands in rocket science. Hence, the book is Structures or Why Things Don't Fall Down, a popular view of structural engineering by British materials scientist G. Gordon. Praising the book, Elon Musk suggested that if the person needs an introductory book on structural design, Structures or Why Things Don't Fall Down by G. Gordon is the best and smartest choice. Interested in rocket mechanics, Musk was deeply involved in the planning and design of SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. He has been SpaceX chief designer along with the CEO duties. Talking about his experience and interest in engineering, the Tesla CEO confessed that the reason he became chief engineer or chief designer at SpaceX wasn't what he wanted, because no one could hire and ended up talking about his plans to colonize Mars. Number 6. Ignition, An Informal History of Liquid Rocket Propellants by John D. Clark. The author, John D. Clark, was an American chemist who was active in the development of rocket fuel in the 1960s and 1970s. This book describes how growth and science in this area work. Musk kept in mind the lessons of this book while working on the SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket system. SpaceX used cryogenic cooling RP-1, a type of kerosene used in jet aircraft, and liquid oxygen to burn the fuel used to launch rockets. Number 7. Superintelligence, Paths, Dangers, Strategies by Nick Bostrom. Musk have repeatedly warned against the dangers of unchecked artificial intelligence. He said that AI needs to be very careful and it can be more dangerous than nuclear weapons. In a documentary on artificial intelligence called Do You Trust This Computer?, Musk said malicious companies could use AI to create an immortal dictator who can't escape. To find out why those chances are so scary, Musk states it's worth reading Nick Bostrom's Superintelligence. This book conveys a bold study of what happens when computational intelligence surpasses human intelligence. Number 8. Our Final Invention by James Barrett. Musk called the book worthy of reading in a 2014 tweet. Barrett explores the potential future of AI and weighs its strengths and weaknesses. As Barrett declares on his website, the book is, most limited in part, about the catastrophic flaws of AI never heard from Google, Apple, IBM, or DARPA. Number 9. Merchants of Doubt by NAOMI ORESTES and ERIK M. Conway. The World Spoofing Merchant, now a documentary, was written by two science historians. They claim that scientists with political and industry ties obscure the facts surrounding a range of public health issues, including tobacco, pesticide use, and ozone depletion. Musk first recommended this book at a conference in 2013. He referred to an important point in the book in his tweet, stating that the same forces that deny the way smoking causes cancer are now denying the dangers of climate change. Number 10. The Foundation Trilogy by Isaac Asimov. The book focuses on the collapse of the fictional Galactic Empire. The Galactic Empire is made up of millions of human-inhabited planets across the Milky Way galaxy. The story may have had a major impact on Musk's future career trajectory. Here's what he said about the series in a 2013 interview with The Guardian. The lessons of history suggest that civilizations move cyclically. The order of Babylonians, Sumerians, Egyptians, Romans, and China can be traced quite far. We are clear. It is currently in a very upward cycle, and hopefully it is true, but it may not be. A series of events may occur that reduce its technical level. It's the first time in 4.5 billion years that we've been able to extend our lives beyond that, so it seems wise to act while the window is open and not rely on the fact that it's been open for a long time. Number 11. The Moon is a Harsh Mistress by Robert Heinlein. Originally published in 1966, this award-winning science fiction novel depicts a picture of a dystopian in the not-too-distant future. It's a vibrant fantasy world that will satisfy your active imagination like Musk. In this book, a group of people was expelled from Earth to the Moon, where they created a libertarian society. In 2076, a group of rebels, including a supercomputer named Mike and a one-armed computer engineer, led the Moon's colonial revolution against Earth-bound rulers. Number 12. Life 3.0 – Being Human in the Age of Artificial Intelligence by Max Tegmark. In this work, Professor Mark Tegmark of MIT describes how to keep artificial intelligence beneficial to human life and keep technological advances in line with humanity's future goals. This is one of the few books recommended by Musk that deals with the possibility that AI will be used as a force for the good of the world, not evil. Number 13. Built to Last – Successful Habits of Visionary Companies by Jim Collins. A Successful Habit of Visionary Company is a book written by Jim Collins and Jerry First, Porus. It outlines the results of a 6-year research project exploring what will permanently lead to a great company. The first edition of this book was published by Harper Business on October 26, 1994. Built to Last has influenced many executives and entrepreneurs since it was first released, including Red Hat. Co-author Jim Collins has become a superstar in the NBA. Collins used some of his interests to set up his own research center in Boulder, Colorado, and set up a team of graduate students working on a multi-year research project aimed at answering the questions of large corporations. This study eventually led to subsequent books such as Good to Great. Number 14. NASSIM TALEB, Black Swan, The Essentials of Uncertainty and Risk. Black Swan is a very unlikely event with 3 main characteristics. It has a big impact. And after the fact, we create a description that makes it look less random and more predictable than before. Google's amazing success was a black swan, so was 9/11. For Nassim Nicholas Rev, the Black Swan underlies almost everything in our world, from the rise of religion to the events in our own personal lives. Number 15, Steven Pinker, The Better Angels of Our Nature, Why Violence Has Declined. The New York Times bestselling author Steven Pinker said in his fascinating and controversial new work that violence has actually declined in its long history despite constant news about war, crime, and terrorism. This indicates what you're doing. Exploding myths about human-specific violence and the curse of modernity, this ambitious book continues to explore the essence of Pinker's humanity, mixing psychology and history in an increasingly enlightened world. Provides a noteworthy picture. This was all about it. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to the channel Self Invested Millionaire. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments section.